This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, Bruce.
Jody,
How you doing? I'm good. How are you?
As you can see, I'm sunning the guns, except
Okay.
I'm inside and not near a window.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really just wearing a sleeveless t-shirt today because it's one of those kind of days.
Yeah, it's a little warm and it's not like hell on earth that it was a while ago, but it's warm again.
Yeah,
it's summer.
I've just gotten to that point where if there's like direct sunlight out and I'm wearing like layers, it's too hot. And so I did that today and realized really quickly that was not going to work for me. So I went back down to my undershirt. I tend to go with the sleeveless t-shirts for undershirts. Just kind of manages my sweat in a way that is satisfactory. And so here I am. So
nice.
Yeah. So how are things going? How's everything with you?
Things are good. Trying to enjoy summer. Trying to get out there any way possible to hang out with people now that we're completely open and we can do things in the Portland, Oregon area. It's been nice. I actually last weekend kind of went to an event and hung out on Sunday with some people, and yeah, it was nice. It's nice to finally be able to. I'm getting used to being around larger crowds and people that I don't, just know or whatever. So it's been good.
Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting getting back out, after all this time inside and, being extra careful. And, we're still being careful depending on the situation and everything. But the world's open again. We're certainly seeing the Delta variant showing up in places and stuff like that. But I got out for the first time recently. I guess by the time this episode is up, it's been probably a few weeks. I got out for the first time outside of my bubble and without a mask for a photo shoot for Chubstr. And you'll see it up on the site now. It's with Fanatics. They do Major League Baseball, big and tall fan gear. So all the jerseys, jackets, shorts, hats, all that kind of stuff. They do it for MLB, NFL, hockey, soccer, NCAA. I mean, NBA, all of this stuff. Yeah,
all of the things.
Yes. So we were able to do something with Major League Baseball and with Fanatics, and it was the first photo shoot legit shoot that I've done for Chubstr since all of this began. And I realized that it was the very first time I'd been out there without a mask and around other people without a mask. And it was a little trippy. And I know we'll talk a little more about that as we kind of get into things.
Yeah.
There is something I want to show you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Specifically was thinking about you with this because of your illustrious career with hard liquor.
Oh, I know. Drinking hard liquor or
drinking, making drinks.
Okay.
You have experience as a bartender. So,
okay. Yes.
So
I'm excited. What is it?
As I've said many, many times, and I'm sure I will many, many more, do not have that experience and make really, really bad drinks. So
you can go back and watch and listen to some of our beer or cocktail things, and you can see and hear what he made and drink.
Yeah, horror stories for sure.
Yes.
So when this company reached out, I thought anything that can help make me do this better is worth it. Okay. And so the folks at Elevated Craft sent me a cocktail shaker. And now, there are many different types of cocktail shakers out there, right?
Okay,
and, their cocktail shaker is special. It has all kinds of interesting things built in. I'm going to read some of the cool features so that it has a 6-ounce integrated measuring top, so you can actually use this to measure your drinks. Okay. It comes apart in a bunch of different ways. So the inside of this top here, it has measurements along from 1 ounce to 6 ounces, so you can fill it up, do whatever
Nice.
it is you need to do as you're making your drinks. Holds 750 milliliters. Apparently, it will stay cold for 24 hours.
Jesus.
I have not put it to the test like that.
So it's like an insulated
Yeah, so
shaker. Okay.
it's double wall vacuum insulated. It is also dishwasher safe, stainless steel, and it's ergonomic, which I also like, because I've seen those things where people are trying to shake these things and they go flying, or
Yep. Yep.
all hell breaks loose,
That
and
happens.
I don't want that to be me. Uh, it's leak proof. It's basically set up to make it pretty easy for you to make your own kind of fancy drink. And it came with something that shows me ounces,
Okay.
a little
Hmm.
bar
A little
cheat
cheat
sheet.
sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. So um it's good. It is kind of a step up from what you would normally find. They call it your secret weapon to make
I,
elevated craft cocktails at home.
nice. I like that it says no stuck lids, because that is always a thing that always happens. You're doing it, and then you can't get the lid off, and you're like banging it on the counter to get the lid off. So because it like screws in there, I saw. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. And so it is really made to be like the shaker to beat all shakers. And it's uh you will definitely, if you make a lot of mixed drinks and you're doing cocktails and all of that, then
Hmm.
this you'll notice a difference. And for me, as a novice, it seems like a good way to start. It's kind of like your first car is a Lamborghini. So uh, yeah, I've been pretty impressed. Easy twist, no leak. Um, yeah, it's pretty nice. And if you want to get one, you can head over to elevatedcraft.com. They've got them there. Uh, they retail for, so you can get one of them for $69.99, and you have the finest cocktail shaker in the land. Or you
Hmm.
can get two of them for 110, and give one to a friend,
Yeah.
because you've probably got a friend who wants one.
Yeah.
So
I like the little measuring ounces in there. That's helpful.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're always like, you're following a recipe and it's like 2 ounces of this, and you're like, that looks good.
Right. Right.
About that much.
And I that's one of the reasons that I'm so bad at all of this, is that I hate to measure anything. So it's
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
so I'll look at it and just guess.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. A couple glugs of that and
yeah, yeah. And so it always goes
pour of
wrong.
that. Yeah.
So this makes sure that you won't ever have that problem, and you'll be able to make something fancy and
Hmm.
classy
Hmm.
and professional, which that you'll actually want to drink. Which at the end of the
Yes.
day, that's what it's all about.
You and your friends will definitely enjoy the elevated cocktail.
Yes, yes. So check it out, and elevatedcraft.com, and you can get one for yourself. Yes.
Nice.
So yeah. Speaking of drinks, this does feel like a good time for us to jump into the main event here.
Yeah. Well, I'm not drinking a cocktail today.
Okay.
I, we should have maybe had a cocktail today, but I'm drinking a beer as usual. Mine is from Ex Novo
Ooh.
Brewing. It's here in Portland area. This one is called Roller Rink Playlist.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
so it's a fun one. It's a hazy IPA brewed with Eclipse, Citra, and Mosaic hops. They're kind of my favorite blend. Anytime I see that, I'm like, I'm gonna take that one.
Yes.
Um, it's fruity, hoppy, zesty, citrusy,
Mm,
is what Untapped is saying.
all right.
Um, this must be a newer beer because there aren't any check-ins or reviews on here yet.
Okay.
70 check-ins from everyone. Nobody that I know has checked in with this one. So
Fancy.
I'll be the first of my friend group. I have a little bit of it already. It's good.
Yeah, Ex Novo is a good brewery. They usually have some pretty good stuff. So I
Hmm.
would not be surprised. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I might go back to the little store and get a 4-pack of this one. I like that they
nice.
sell individual cans. You can try some new ones, and then they have them in 4-packs as well.
Hmm, all right, I
Right
like
down the
that.
street from me, so that's very convenient.
Nice. Very nice. Yes. Yes.
Oops.
So is it
Checking.
hoppy or
It's not super. No, it's not
no?
very hoppy.
No. Good.
It is very citrusy, like almost the citrus rind. It's got
Oh,
that kind of, you know how the citrus rind kind of is dry almost on your
yes.
tongue or in your mouth.
Uh-huh.
Get that sort of mouth feel out of it.
I see.
Excuse me, but
Yeah.
it's nice.
Well, good. Well, good. Well, I decided to grab a beer that I normally don't go for, but I thought, we cover a lot of different types of beers, and I couldn't remember a time that we had tried anything that was gluten free
Oh,
because sometimes you just don't want the glute. Said no one. Said no one. Well,
well,
I guess
someone
people with a gluten allergy. So said some
said none of
people.
us.
Yes.
Said
Yes.
neither of us.
Yes, but I saw this and wanted to try it. It comes from Barcelona. It is
Oh,
called, if I'm pronouncing this right, it is called Dora or Dora.
oh,
And if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, my apologies to anyone who knows the actual name.
hmm
It is a lager beer. It is crafted to remove gluten, and it says that it's an international award-winning beer. But I will also say that a lot of beers say they're international award-winning beers, and some of those beers won awards in like 1876. So, it's hard to tell.
I'm
But
sure this is a newer one. I don't think there was a gluten-free craze
yeah,
in the 1800s.
yeah. Speaking of 1876, it does look like the brewery has been around since then. But yeah, so it's a 5.4%. And most gluten-free beers that I've had, it's kind of a weird kind of, I don't want to say gummy, gluey kind of
Okay,
taste. But I have not tried this yet, so
okay, all right.
I'm hoping that this is the one. Mm.
Says it maintains the taste and properties of traditional beers.
I would say it does a really good job. It is not gluey. It's not gluey. It's not that kind of like I don't even know what the flavor is, but it's
I
something
need to go have some gluten-free beer.
it's
I don't
something
think
in
that I've
gluten
ever had
free.
any.
Yeah, it's something in gluten free beer that and it almost kind of makes me think of like non-alcoholic beer too.
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't, but the flavor that I'm thinking of, it's like it's missing that thing.
Yeah,
This is
it's
this is
missing.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, I
Okay.
would say it is a certainly a lager. It's got a little bit of a uh, not a bite to it, but it's got an aftertaste that kind of stays with you. That's kind of sharp at the end.
Okay.
Let me see. I got to try it again. Hmm. Yeah, it's not bad. If you are trying to get the gluten out of your life or keep the gluten out of your life, then this may be worth a try. I'd love to know what the award is that it won. Best
Yeah.
gluten free beer, probably something like that.
So it says light, sweet, smooth, clean, and malty are the top descriptors.
Definitely malty. Definitely a little sweetness. I I'm so on the sweetness. It's not. I tend to go for beers that are not sweet. The sweetness in this is fine. Um, yeah, I mean, I could certainly drink it. It's not swill, but
Okay.
there you go. So,
Nice.
yes,
Rave
mm.
review.
Rave review. Yes, yes, I give it 2 beers up, something like that. One
Yes.
toast. I don't know, something like that. So yeah, follow us on Untapped. We have the heavy conversation beer list, and you can see all the beers that we've enjoyed over the years. Find the ones that you like. Find new ones you never heard of. Find things to stay away from as well. There are probably a few of those on the
There's a
list.
couple of those. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So check it out, and you will find us there. So yes. So
Checking in.
yeah, so the world opening up again and getting back out there and doing this photo shoot, we were out in this place where we were at this park with a ball field to do this shoot, and it was there are a lot of people around and all of that, and At first, I was a little nervous about the whole thing. It had just, it's been so long since I'd been out around
Mm-hmm.
lots of other people, and it. I don't know. It was interesting. That kind of fear and nervousness went away pretty quickly. I found that I was really enjoying myself. I had also found that I it had been so long since I'd done a photo shoot that I'd kind of forgotten what it was like to go out
Yeah.
and do the whole thing. Um, but I enjoyed it. I think it was a lot of fun to be able to do that and kind of get out there. So um,
Yeah. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's always a little, I was nervous a bunch of times trying to, you know, my first few times going and hanging out or doing anything. And like I think I mentioned one time, I felt like I almost had a panic attack. Like one of my first times, like I just started spinning about, I'm not fully vaccinated and I'm not sure like what's going to happen and what do I got to do. And I just was like, I'm not doing it.
right,
And now
right,
I feel like, fully vaccinated and, 70 whatever percent of our population in Portland, Oregon area is vaccinated. And yeah, now there's new, variants and whatever, but
mm,
it's nice. It felt so good. Like I felt like rejuvenated after like being around people and hanging out and, seeing some of the friends that I hadn't really connected with in quite a while. And
right.
just talking to strangers too, like meeting people and like, it just felt so good. Like it really definitely reinvigorated me. Like it really helped my mental health for sure. Like it was nice.
One other thing that really stood out to me is that I realized that I was very tired after the entire experience. Like
Oh yeah.
having not been around people for so long and then to go out and do that, and it was really just a couple hours. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like a long, I don't know, maybe 3 hours, something like that. And uh, I was definitely tired afterward, and it was like it drained me. So
Right.
getting
Being
back
social
to,
and
yeah, yeah, so getting back to that, it's going to take time, and that's okay. That's okay, because it was worth it, and I really enjoyed myself. um, even just being nervous about the whole thing, kind of getting back out there. But everyone that I was working with was vaccinated, and everything was good there. So, at a certain point, um, you kind of, you obviously want to be smart and follow guidelines and all of that. But when they're telling you that it's okay, to be out there, kind of taking those steps to try that, it's important.
Mhm.
So baby steps. If you're not ready for it yet, no sweat. Take your time, but try little things and go from there.
Yeah. Like I said again, I'll reiterate, it really
Hmm.
helped my mental health. I was feeling a little depressed lately, and
Yes,
just being able to be around people and socialized really, really helped.
it does
You
make a
know,
difference.
I was the same. I was very exhausted on Sunday afternoon just from being out and about,
Yeah.
and it's always that like, oh my god, I have to talk to people and like small talk and
uh,
that awkwardness again. And but
right.
I just had to kind of push through it and
Just do it. Yeah.
fumble through it. Everyone's going through the same thing too. So
Yep.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
I'm excited to do more of it. That's for sure. Like
Absolutely.
summer's here, and it's going to be the smoky season probably here pretty soon in the Pacific Northwest. I'm knocking on wood. It's not going to be as bad as last year, but
Oh man, let's hope.
um, I'm hoping to get out as much as I can, and then before the rainy season happens and winter gets here again. So
Yes.
got to get out there and
Enjoy
enjoy
it.
it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, have you been watching anything?
Oh boy, I have been watching Loki. I
Yes.
haven't watched. I don't know if that I finished the most recent episode.
So,
Um,
as of the day that we're recording this, is the season finale.
oh,
It came
okay.
out today. I got up very early to watch
Oh,
the
okay.
season
So I
finale.
have not. So do
I
not
won't.
spoil it for
I
me.
will. I will not. I will
I'll
not
take my
spoil.
headphones off.
Yeah, I won't. I won't spoil it for you. It's it's good. I really like where they went. I think if you follow a lot of this stuff, then you might know where they're headed and what's coming up. But if you don't, then um, I think it's just as much fun, if
Yeah.
not more to kind of see where they're going to go, and it has sort of set the stage for everything that is for everything that's coming in the movies and probably the other shows. I know that since we did our last episode, Black Widow came out as well.
Oh
So,
yes, I went to
um,
the theater and saw that.
did you? How was
I
that?
did. That was fun. I went
Yeah.
to a little bitty theater up in Camas.
Oh, nice.
So it's called the Liberty Theater. It was a fun, little kind of a small town little theater.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was opening day because it
Oh,
was
nice.
busy. I was like,
Ah,
okay, this is
yeah.
weird. Yeah, it was good. Like I went into it because I didn't know her like origin story
Sure.
really, so that was
Mhm.
kind of fun to learn a lot about that. um and I like that it was a smaller story. It wasn't like the Avengers,
Sure.
saving the
Right.
universe or whatever. Like I'm kind of over that for a while. Like I like these smaller stories that are,
Yeah.
yeah, it was really good. It was nice to see kind of her origin story and her family and whatever is going on. It was really good. I
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think that it probably would have benefited from coming out when it was originally supposed to come out
Yeah,
a
probably.
few
Yeah.
years ago. If you have Disney Plus, you can they have different ways that you can watch the Marvel movies, and they have different orders, and so they have a chronological order, and you can see where it falls uh, on
Ooh,
the
do they actually
timeline.
put it in the order?
They do, and so
Oh,
yeah, so like I think
you
the
don't have to
first.
figure it out or Google it.
Yeah, yeah. So you can go right in. You can watch all the movies all the way through chronologically, and it comes right after Black Widow comes right after Civil War, I believe. Captain America: Civil War, um, which seems like it makes sense. It feels like it's a good fit there. The other thing I noticed with the chronological order deal that I really liked is it puts the shows in chronological order, and that chronological order for the shows for the Disney Plus Marvel shows is not the order that they've come out and that we've watched them in. So Loki
Mhm.
is supposed to be the first one, and uh,
Okay.
there are a couple things that now that I know that and I saw that happened in this finale that um, are interesting. It would have been really cool for them to have done,
Oh, and timeline.
had we not had to deal with the pandemic, for them to have done, uh, you know, done what they did. And if Loki would have, I don't know if Loki was supposed to come out earlier. I thought it was maybe Falcon and Winter Soldier that was supposed to be the first one to come out, but there were just a couple things in Loki that I thought, oh wow, that would have been kind of cool, and there would have been a lot of conjecture and a lot of questions that end up getting answered in other
Mm-hmm,
shows that have already
mm-hmm.
come out. So yeah, it's
So I have a question. I'm sorry, I'm going to back up. So is
yes,
this, I see Marvel Cinematic Universe in timeline order.
yes,
Is that
yes,
what I'm
it's that
looking
one.
at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
like, wait,
is the first one Captain America?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so it goes through chronologically. Yeah,
Like,
no, it was really
cool.
good. I think Loki was one of the shows where I was like, okay, that'll be fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I've said that kind of about all of these, and I've ended up really liking them, which I mean I think is going to happen anyway because I love all this stuff. But it, I just was not like I was not going crazy for the idea of a Loki show. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as we got closer and as we jumped into it, definitely liked it. Very much enjoy Owen Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
playing Owen Wilson
Yep.
and doing his thing.
Right.
He's fun. So all in all, it was
It
a
is
great
that's
show.
funny that you say that. Like he did totally just play his same sort of character.
Yeah, but it's good, and he's the only one who can do Owen Wilson. So there we go. Maybe Luke Wilson can do something close to that, but you know. So it sounds like the next show is an animated series.
Uh-oh.
Marvel's What If, and the trailer for that just came out. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely look it up. Uh, it's of course based on comics and kind of a whole idea of what if these things were different. So it's got
Okay.
like,
Okay.
what if Tony Stark didn't become Iron Man and Killmonger from Black Panther did, or what if uh, T'Challa was Star Lord, and
Jeez.
it's Chadwick Boseman's last performance. It's his final performance in
Mm-hmm.
this show. So they
Okay.
they did actually get some of the actors who play the characters to voice the animated versions of themselves, and it's really neat. I was really impressed. I mean, the animation is insane. It looks phenomenal. Like, of course it does. It's like Disney and Marvel, and
Yeah.
they spared no expense for this stuff. So looks really cool. There are a lot of different characters that are in there that are uh, that I think will be very interesting to see what they do with. So yeah,
That'll be a fun one.
it's nice to have things back. And I did not go see Black Widow at the theater, but I sure blasted it in my living room. And I am very excited to go and see something in a theater again. I
Mm-hmm.
miss the
Well,
movie
that's why
theaters.
I picked going to that smaller theater. I was like, it's a smaller, there aren't going to be that many people. And then I guess I just didn't realize that it was the opening day for that movie. So
Right.
I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention to that. So it
Yeah.
was a little weird because I was like, there was a lot of people, but I was lucky enough that I like had a seat in between me and some, like other people. I felt a little bit better. I don't
Oh,
know.
good.
Would have been
Yeah.
a little weird, like smushed in between a bunch of people. And
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, other than that, there's not a ton uh, that I've been watching. My wife was out of town for a few days, so was hanging with the kids, and we were watching a lot of their shows. And
Good, good.
yes, yes, and we picked up Peacock because there was a movie that my daughter wanted to watch, and so we watched that, and somehow we ended up on this show that. My 2-year-old is very much into, called Blippy, and it is just like
Lippy.
Blippy, Blippi, and uh, I watch him watching it, and he loves it, and it is so like, it's like if I made a children's show. Like, there's minimal budget, you can absolutely tell.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I mean, this guy is just kind of doing things on the fly. There's some thought put into how they put together the episodes and everything, but it's just like, I don't know, it's really interesting. So I got pulled into it along with him, and so I had to look it up and find out, okay, who the hell is this?
What's going
What's
on?
happening? And apparently it was a YouTuber that started this,
Yeah.
children's show kind of thing. And it's so funny because, I mean, there are parts where they're shooting at a zoo, and they're looking at the polar bears, and they're inside the cave, and there's like the plexiglass, and you can see the polar bear on the other side. And the guy, the main character Blippy, turns around to talk to the camera, and he doesn't have any lighting, so his face is like shrouded in darkness, and it's just like this. It's a lot of little things like that. Or as he's talking to, we're going to make cookies, and they go to a cookie shop, and they're making cookies with the person who owns it.
Yeah.
And that, just like the people kind of working off of each other, and I don't know, it's really interesting the way that they um that this guy, you can tell he's just kind of flying by the seat of his pants to make it work. And
Probably. Yeah.
it is just like one of those, it's like, you low budget, you bust it out, and you go on to the next one.
Right.
But man, my kids, all of my kids love it. I don't know, the older ones saw it, and they're like, you know what, this is actually okay. There's one part where Blippy like gets in the back of a police car. They open the police car, and he gets in. He's like, "Ooh, this is scary." It's the weirdest thing. It's so weird, so weird. I was just like, "What?
What are we doing
So,
right now?
so I don't know how I feel about it, but
Okay. All right.
it's unique,
It
and
keeps the kids entertained, and hopefully it's teaching them something, and
it's doing something. And I don't know,
it's doing something.
the jury's still out on what that something is, but it's on Peacock, which, I mean, I'm
Okay.
amazed. Some of these
Did they like
shows,
buy his old YouTube shows or something?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. They must have been
For
like, we need
episodes?
more kids content. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's interesting what shows up on these streaming networks sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah. So that is basically all that I've got at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little update from us, what's going on in our world, and we always love to share what's going on with us. And I like to hear what Bruce has been up to, watching Blippy, apparently. Um,
It's yes, that's my life now. So it's
life watching Blippy.
yeah.
2-year-old entertainment.
Yes, and there's I think maybe next time next time we're talking in the next episode, we might have more clothing focused stuff to talk about.
Sure.
So it's just kind of just catching up, just talking about whatever. So
yeah, let us know what you want to hear from us. What do you want to learn more about? What are you interested in? Is there some news thing happening that you want us to talk about?
Right.
Hit us up on social media at Heavy Convo. Wherever you are on social media, we're there. So
yes,
definitely hit us up. Go hit a like button and a comment on some of our posts.
Yep, please do. And the only clothing related thing, just to throw something really quick in here, is Beyonce and her Ivy Park brand with Adidas. They've got a new capsule, a swimwear capsule that's coming out. It's called Flex Park, and it goes to 4X, and it's very orange, and it looks interesting. One piece bathing suits, beach ready cover ups, sleek 2 pieces, men's matching shirt and short set, pair of slides, a bucket hat, my friends, because they won't go away, and a bag. So
bucket hats are never going away, I don't think.
No,
I don't get it, but they're there.
So it launches on July 22nd on Adidas.com, and then it'll be in stores and select retailers globally from the 23rd of July. So
they're snatch it up quick.
Yes, because that stuff goes so fast, and by the next episode we put out, it's going to be gone. So
yes.
Go check it out, and best of luck to you. And if you get it, let us know how it fits. Send us pictures.
Yeah, send us some pictures.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you got that in there, because I am going to go check it out.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, till next time, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your
podcasts.